Boop and...
Boop, boop.
Bam! We are theoretically live.
Yay!
Let me double check in other things. And no, that is not the window I need.
After much technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And blue screening my computer.
Yeah, your computer was just not happy with that at all.
It's just unhappy in general. It's just like, no.
Very, very unhappy.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Come on, Twitch. No, mute that. Wait, are we live?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are. Okay. Twitch is finally caught up to, like, God damn it.
Are we on the internet?
We are.
I don't mean to use that catchphrase, but I kind of had to use the catchphrase.
Okay. We are up and running. Welcome to session 35 of the OG campaign.
Ah, shoot! I need my book!
To put this into a little bit of perspective, I looked at the collections for like how long, or like how many hours in total it has listed for our campaign. And the OG campaign has been over 122 hours.
Holy shit!
So you've all put up with me a lot. Welcome.
20 hours of error. Okay, time to reevaluate my life.
Yeah,
you haven't.
Y'all have made terrible life choices at this point.
You haven't killed me. You've almost killed me.
I think Sylvania is the only one who hasn't been downed. You almost got eaten by a frog, but you haven't been downed.
Yeah, I don't think I've been downed yet. Was downed like a couple times.
Zuki jumped off a freaking cliff.
I'm trying to think. When did Kay go down?
The very first, or the second fight versus the werewolves.
Right. I guess. I don't remember. That was 118 hours ago or something.
It was you. You're a ranger. It was you figuring out being a midliner instead of a frontliner.
That's yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the first session we had with Kay went down.
Yeah.
The first session with Kay, everyone but Theo went down.
So see, like, then it's fine, because at that point I wasn't Kay yet. I was introing to Kay. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, no, figuring out midliner. How does this midliner work?
122 hours later, and you still don't know what you're doing with Kay.
I know significantly more of what I'm doing with Kay. It's just the problem is I don't have the things I want to be able to Kay as well as I want to be able to Kay, because man, once I can, oh boy, the chaos that will ensue with this boy.
The chaos. K-A-Y-O-S.
Yeah. His name is no longer Kay. His name is now just Chaos. Ooh.
It's fine. Kay's goal is to be the person who's most informed about our fast travel system.
Twitch,
in the future.
My mind just goes back to when I was reviewing some of the episodes and Anna's line of, it's like, I always imagine it's like okay, but the O is silent, and then everyone just killing themselves laughing. It's like, please tell me that's how it's spelled. Oh, poor Anna. Anyways, welcome to session 35 of the For Severity's OG campaign. I'm Ominous Giggle, the DM for this unfortunate crew. We run our campaign. This campaign runs every second Sunday at 5 p.m. PST. The Sundays in between, we have Mel's campaign, which runs same time. If you're looking to watch or rewatch any of the previous episodes, subscribers have access to the episodes immediately after the air in our channel's VODs. For those who aren't subscribers, episodes are uploaded to YouTube 1 week-ish after they initially air, usually. You can find us on YouTube by searching For Severity, or there's simply a link down somewhere below the stream. As said, I'm Almost Giggle, the DM for this campaign. I'm joined by 3 of my fantastic players today. We have Not Nathan, Jamie, and Jeanette. And unfortunately, Mel is currently MIA due to work-related reasons and freezing her ass off in the cold. Hopefully she stays warm.
Yeah.
Before I get underway, a couple of quick things to go over. 1, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes that from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and sales from the store. This month's charity is YESS, the Youth Empowerment and Social Services, an Edmonton-based organization that provides low-barrier shelters, temporary housing, and individualized support for youth ages 15 to 24. You can check out their website, yess.org, or on Twitter at yessorg. Also, the RFS store is up on teepublic.com/user/roll for severity, or once again, link somewhere down below the stream. So without further ado, to my players. The fuck happened last time?
We found who was making the drugs, and we busted them with some hilarity with me convincing a half-orc that I was not invisible and that he was just very, very drunk.
It was a very glorious moment. And like I'd had a couple different things planned for like what could go with it or what could happen there. I was like that was not on the list of the dog. And I was like, oh. He's like, oh no, we gotta try and save it. I was like, no. It's like, what do you mean you can't see me?
Kay and I found out that Zane and Zekarath are a combo.
Well, specifically, we witnessed how stress relief works in their relationship.
Yes. I'm wondering if it shaves.
We don't know if they're a thing, but we understand that stress relief is a two-person job.
Yes.
It's completely different.
We also learned Kay's type.
Well,
yes.
we learned aspects of Kay's type.
I was just gonna say, I was like, does Kay have a type, or is it like pansexual?
Well, at this point, all of the people that Kay has been like, with have been gigantically muscular, like male characters that are like the strong silent type. And so we don't know if it's because they're big. If we don't know if it's because Zacharos is like a dragon born, right?
Yeah, he's a dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
Like, who knows? So far, Kay is very into that, and I don't think we've seen a gigantically, fiercely muscular female show up yet. So
Take that back.
I mean, there's Cran. Yeah, that's fair. But like different relationship circumstances. It wasn't like love at first sight. Why? Because she imprisoned me and then handed me off to people. And then Cran, well, I had eyes for someone else at the time. So it's clear that Kay only gets infatuated with one individual at a time. Just say it.
And the other one was your mom.
My mom?
Yeah, you think it was your mom.
Mama Bugbear.
Oh yeah,
right.
No, Mama Bugbear.
That's fair. I did love Mama Bugbear. Mama Bugbear was great. Like, not gonna bang Mama Bugbear, but like, I really enjoyed Mama Bugbear. But well. So yeah, see, big and muscles is the type so far, I think.
So far. We'll see how it evolves as time goes on.
Yes. As most characters' tastes go. We'll see how successful Kay is, and if he's not successful, his tastes might change. Who knows?
Alrighty. Anything else from last session?
We were supposed to wait a couple days, and Inra was going to get us a reward of some kind for doing the stuff we did, because we kind of woke her up at
you
late.
woke her up at stupid o'clock in the evening to go or to ransack the Death Adder's place.
Personally, like, perfect time. They were shit-faced. Like, if we're gonna...
Most of them were absent.
It's irrelevant. There were less casualties. If you're gonna storm a place to stop a drug trade, like, ideally, you just need someone to be there to be like, yep, it's them, followed by taking the place and being like, yay, victory is ours. Not...
We're still there, not sold to someone else yet.
Exactly, see? I mean, also the one dude was very drunk, so it made
Wait.
him very easy to detain. Is detain the right word?
Yeah, more or less.
Detain. Let's go with detain.
Alrighty. So, as morning comes the day after these events are transpired, Anna can recall or like your thoughts kind of like flood back of the previous night. Anna recalls the infiltration of the Death Adder's guild hall, scouring of the rooms, and the haunting discovery of a Kenku corpse in the basement. Sylvania, you mull over the contraption that they had built in their basement, gradually just deconstructing it in your brain, just figuring out exactly how it functioned. Theo, you think about the audacity of Kay and his reluctance to join you in your venture to go and visit Zane, but also the twinge of pride of just going full overprotective parent mode on the docks and convincing numerous people that he just messed up in the head.
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
And Kay, your mind is fondly tracing the contours of a certain dragonborn and a glimpse of a towel dropping. And
good times. Good times.
So as you awake, thoughts mulling about in your minds, what are people doing in this morning?
I'm sleeping in. We just cracked a case.
Kay wants a sandwich from that amazing sandwich place with, I think it was the kindly like couple that were making sandwich, made delicious stuff for me and Dude Bro before, well, he probably is going to get in jail. But like, I want to go get one of those sandwiches.
Okay.
I'll offer to buy sandwiches for the crew because they all worked super hard last night while I followed Theo on escapades for a very long miles of walking in sewers, which was super interesting and riveting experience.
Yeah, the two of you spent a lot of time bickering back and forth.
Yeah.
And Gant's just like, oh god, do they ever shut up?
No, they don't.
So Kay, you absolutely head out. You're able to find the sandwich shop. You've been there a couple of times now. And you're able to pick up those sandwiches. I can't remember off the top of my head what the cost of the sandwiches were. I had them on a page previous, but braces. I will find that later. But yeah, you're able to go and pick up sandwiches. Is where you're picking up sandwiches for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, sure. You're easily able to snag sandwiches for everyone. And are you heading straight back to the inn then?
That'll be the plan because fresh sandwiches are best when they have sauces and things, not to get like overly like soggy and gross.
Fair enough. It's like the Subway sandwich that you made 5 minutes ago versus the Subway sandwich that's sitting in your fridge for the last 3 days.
Yes, except just like maybe a couple hours, it's still like perfectly edible.
Oh,
but
sure.
at the same, but quality level is a steep drop off.
Yeah, it's like good, passable.
Edible is the phrase we're looking for. Passable is not.
No, it's passable as a fresh sandwich. Because the Subway sandwich in your fridge for 3 days is still edible. It's just not as passable as a good fresh sandwich anymore.
Anyways, I digress. That's what Kay's doing.
Okay. Theo, you said you were sleeping in?
I'll sleep in casually, and then I'll go down and have a nice cup of tea.
Elves can sleep. They don't
I can
sleep.
I don't require sleep.
Oh, so you're actually going to sleep for once.
I'm going to lay down. I'm going to enter my meditative trance. And I'm just going to take it easy this morning. We solved a drug crime. I learned things I didn't really want to experience. I'm very tired with bickering with Kay. Going to take it easy.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you're able to rest. You hear Kay get up and leave, and after a while, as you said, you're gonna get up and go and have some tea. Sylvania.
So when Kay goes downstairs, just sitting there at one of the tables, just vibrating with coffee in one hand, just scribbling over a blueprint, trying to recreate the machine that I saw last night. Like, how does this work?
Kay, having announced his plan to the DM, is going to walk up to Syl, go, "What do you want in your sandwich?"
I just kind of like look over you. Sandwich sounds good. Yeah. I can have a sandwich, and start scribbling again.
What kind of sandwich? And if you don't say anything, you're getting PB&J.
PB&J, peanut butter and jelly. Ooh, that could stimulate something. Yes, that sounds good.
All right, fine. Everyone else gets a gourmet sandwich, while I have to ask the beautiful sandwich artisans to make a PB&J one for the weird one. How is Syl the weird one? Whatever. Kay's gonna just shake his head, being like, "It's too early to think about what I just thought about," and he's gonna just carry on outside.
Kate, you ask, how is Syl the weird one?
Yeah,
Have you seen the party you're in?
yeah. That's why he's like, no, it's too early to try and grasp this very complicated concept. He's going to walk away.
Alrighty. Any plans for Annah?
I think Anna will. Yeah, she'll get up. She'll go have breakfast. Kind of watch what Syl's doing. Order a sandwich.
No,
With
she's
Kay?
ordering a cup of coffee because I'm going out of the inn.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to my favorite bistro
Okay,
that I
yeah.
found while gallivanting the town and learning the place while y'all were. I have no idea what y'all were doing. You were casually wandering around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's
Yeah.
a thing. When I get to the sandwich shop, for the record, I'm gonna pick up the message stone and go, "Last chance to make an order."
Okay. Order what?
A sandwich.
You didn't take my order for a sandwich.
Exactly.
Were you gonna leave me have sandwiches?
No, I was gonna get you one. You just were asleep. You were doing whatever it is, the thing you do in the corner when you don't want to be disturbed, and then if you get disturbed, you get super pissy. So now, what do you want for a sandwich?
I'll take bruschetta.
I'm getting better with word counting. Better.
And then you hear in your head just K, and I use up all my words on K and like don't realize.
Says K 25
I
times.
use it all up, and I'm like, oh, I wait whatever the downtime is. Go K, PB&J, not most stimulating. BLT.
Sure.
And I'll pipe in and be like, yeah, a BLT for me too, please.
Okay, Anna's getting so 2 BLTs, a bruschetta, and then Kay's gonna get the works, whatever that is. And I'm just throwing literal sandwich names at you and being like, "Good luck."
Good luck.
Yep. What was it? The 3 GP for a sandwich?
Yeah.
That
I think.
gold pieces.
Or
I thought it was silver.
It's gold pieces now.
3 gold pieces per sandwich, my lord.
It's a gold piece now.
yeah, 3 silver
High quality
pieces per sandwich.
gourmet sandwich.
Okay.
We
so
bake the bread from Bread Fresh.
That's 12 silver then, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it is bread that the flours is made from the bones of your enemies. It's really killer sandwich.
That bone meal, bone flour.
I mean, we can make a killer sandwich, but I don't know if I want to give it to my party members.
I'm more concerned as to when it starts gaining sentience, and then it goes from a killer sandwich to a killing sandwich.
After it's been consumed the first time.
Yeah, it eats its way out and goes after the next house. You ate me, I'm gonna eat you too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so you want to pick up the sandwiches from the bistro, and are able to bring those back. And as you're walking back in the tavern, you can see Annah, Theo, and Sylvania down in the main area, and Sylvania probably still rapidly scribbling away with their papers, I'm assuming.
Actually, at this point, I might have passed out.
Theo has moved all of your
reset.
Theo's has moved all of your tools to the side, and he's taken his poncho and folded it and placed it under your head so you won't at least get an indent. Yeah.
I may have chosen my because they have no sense of self-preservation, but they ended up being pretty nice too.
At least when she wakes up, her tools will be there. The first thing she's going to want to do is make something. So her tools will be there, her pencil will be there, and hopefully she won't have an indent of whatever the wood is of this place. And I'm pretty sure... Actually, no, the wood in this place is probably not that questionable.
No, because you're all back in the Castaway Tavern. It's fairly well maintained.
How many days do we have to wait until Inra's back? Or until Inra gets back to us?
A few.
A few. All right, then. What is our plan, then?
Out of nowhere, I wake up shopping.
Kay's gonna be like, Syl? No. Sandwich. Eat.
The sandwich is gone.
Just
Opens mouth, Kirby's the sandwich.
I feel much better now. Thanks, Kay.
Was there something in particular you wanted to shop for?
Yes. I don't know what it is yet, though.
Okay. We'll go. Oh, you know what? Why not? Let's go on a random shopping trip, even though we've kind of done a little bit of that.
And Kay's gonna be like, neat. I'm gonna go look for a side hustle. I'll talk to y'all later.
Do you have to call it a side hustle? I get nervous when you use the words hustle and side. Are you going back to work at the dock? Oh, no.
I'm not going back to work at the docks. No.
Are you going back down to the underbelly of the city?
Maybe.
Oh, you
and
are
then Kay's gone.
Oh,
Kay will say maybe, and he's gone.
Oh.
He's gone to go find Gant, because he figures he knows where he'll find Gant, because he wants to go see if he can be employed as a jack of all trades for the underworld, because it sounds like they're going to be up for the underground, because it sounds like we're going to be in town for a little bit.
Well, I guess it's just you. Still, I guess it's just you, me, and Annah today shopping.
Because the default is
Kay
Kay.
will die while we're not watching him, do you?
Probably, but you know what? At least he might call on the message stone. That's the only reason why I'm not totally panicking, is that at least we can call him.
Let's be honest. I've been wandering around the city by myself almost the entire time we've been here.
If he gets in trouble, I'll just pretend he's insane again. It worked last time.
Is it really pretending at this point?
I'm just going to have a constant Amber Alert out for Kay all the time.
Jeez. No. Theo's job. It's like Theo is going to make a point of befriending every person in the market, in restaurants, in bars. Like the bartender's going to be like, this kid, just if you see him and he does something stupid, like fire message me something.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, Queen doesn't know this, but Theo is secretly stitching his name and how to reach him into all of his clothing.
all of my new clothing is gonna be terribly stitched up with like contact information.
Yes.
I'm upset.
Absolutely.
I just bought new outfits.
That's why I've stitched my name in it.
Good, they're
If
all
found,
gonna think
return
I'm named Theo now.
If
No,
found,
it's going to
return
say,
Theo.
if lost, return to.
Except the thing is, you haven't been staying in the same.
We don't
place
have
for
a
very
permanent
long.
address yet.
Not yet. Right now, it just says return to Inra.
Oh man, I'm never allowed to get dropped off anywhere. I think no, it's like it says return to Inra, like that'll like Kay immediately sober. No! And he'll walk out.
You'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
All right, so okay, you're heading to the underbelly, or you're heading to find Gant to take you to the underbelly.
Yes, because let's be honest, as I said, I want to learn how to navigate the underbelly, which probably means working with Gant a little bit to understand why he knows his way around the maze, without getting attacked.
Yeah.
That's kind of my life goal, because it seems like that's a thing I could be capable of doing. So yeah,
Okay.
So
bonding with Gant without Theo.
I want to just refresh my memory. As Anna, there was a Kenku corpse in the basement, correct?
Yes, there was.
What happened to that Kenku corpse?
It was still at the location when Inra's group had went in.
Okay,
And
then. So
Anna
we'll
did not take the body, and does not have a random Kenku corpse in her inventory.
Well, my thought is that maybe, like, what specific about it was so intriguing to Anna?
Probably the fact that opened up a random crate in an area that had a whole bunch of drugs, and one of the crates just had a dismembered body of a Kenku in there.
Oh, okay. Just dismembered. Okay. So.
Also,
and
random dead Kenku in their basement.
Yeah.
So, kind of a little bit of an odd place to, hide a dead body.
Okay, yeah. So, I guess
Maybe
we'll wait till Inra finds us.
Maybe it was one of the ingredients.
One spleen of tink.
Was there some... Oh, I was going to say, was there somewhere you wanted to start, Sil? Or...
We need to find a magical store.
We need to find a magic store. Okay. I'm just going to signal the waitress of this establishment and be like, do you know where we could possibly find a magic store nearby?
Yep, and Claire comes over, and she's just like, a magical store. Are you looking to, like buying finished items? Are you buying materials? Like, what are you looking for?
For materials. And preferably instructions.
Pardon?
And preferably instructions.
You'd probably have to go over to the crafting district if you're wanting to find that. There's several different places over there that probably either be able to either have what you need or be able to point you in the right direction at least.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
And we're off, I guess. We're off!
To see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
And then get sent into the Shadowlands for another 7 months.
Without K.
God, what would Kay get up to? Actually, we all know what Kay would get up to.
Yeah.
We come back and K would either be dead or like Prince of the Underworld. No in between.
Well, at least we all know what he's at least we all agree on what he's trying to accomplish. This is important.
Alrighty. So for heading out shopping, you're just wandering over to the crafting district then?
Yep.
While we're looking, I'm going to start looking for places that can potentially sell pearls and diamonds.
Pearls and diamonds.
Yeah.
Specifically for things like spells?
Things like revivify and identify requires a 100 gold
GP
piece
pearl.
pearl, and revivify requires diamonds worth 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Your soul.
I don't have one of those. Okay.
But I'm kind of like doing it. I'm letting Syl just kind of lead the way. I'm just kind of keeping an eye open for it.
Alrighty. So Sylvania, roll me a investigation check as you are heading in through into the crafting district.
Oh, no. I'll roll it. I guess I'll roll an investigation since I'm here with her.
The nat 1 and still has an 8. That's okay. Thea's
Yeah.
nat 20 helps off.
I nat 20.
So Scylla's narcoleptic, and is casually just being like la 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 la. And Theo's like la 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 la.
What?
Yeah, Syl can sit on my shoulder. She's small enough.
This is probably sitting on dog.
Yeah.
I kind of imagine that, especially with Kate saying still being like narcoleptic, like riding along on dog, and it starts like slipping to the side, and then Theo just like reach out, grab, pull back up.
Push.
But Sylvania, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the instructions to build a bag of holding and what materials I would need to do so.
Okay.
Or instructions on what I need, at least.
Yeah. So like you're looking around, you're seeing a bunch of shops, and you're just like you go into a couple of them, it's like, and like kind of like quickly rummage through the shops. Nope, they don't have anything. Leave. Go on to the next one. Check. Nope, they don't have anything. And eventually, Theo just kind of straight up asks, like, "What are we looking for?"
So what are we looking for?
I wish to turn dog's mouth into a void in which we can store all our things, more commonly known as bag of holding.
That's very specific. I take a glance around. Do I notice anywhere where we could possibly craft a bag of holding?
You do end up like you think on it, like there's like you'd probably want to find like an actual like crafting or adventurers guild that specifically focuses on extraplanar.
Okay.
But you do find, like, after a little bit of walking around, you do spot one place that would have you figured probably have a pretty good chance, and kind of guide Sylvania over that way. Because I typed this into chat a while ago. Oh yeah, put it into my notes too. Sylvania, where is that? Yeah, so you had you go in and are able to like ask around, and you're kind of given kind of preliminaries in regards to like basically you'd need a fairly large hide to actually make the bag of holding, and from a creature that can regularly move between planes. And so the main things that they kind of suggest is things like the giant phase spiders, the winter blink wolves, banderhobs, and meanlock knights.
What was that last one?
Meanlock knights.
Meanlock knights. I don't suppose any place like that would. I don't suppose. Well, we can always check the crafting districts or the crafting guilds.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's usually a little bit harder to come by.
Okay.
Not as so much harder to come by. More so, they go out of stock pretty quick.
Okay.
But If you're good at skinning, you might be able to get one of those yourself. You have to know. Yeah, hunt them
Good,
down.
good, anywhere good to find one?
Depends on what you're looking for.
I dislike
Easiest to
spiders.
fight?
Sorry, was that Sylvania?
Which one's the easiest to fight?
On their own, I'd say probably either the giant phase spiders or banderhobs, but getting one to fight alone, that's the hard part. Most of these things tend to be pack related creatures. Though usually either with more of their own species or they'll intermingle with others, and they basically creating that symbiotic relationship.
What's the closest one we could find to here if we went looking?
The closest to here. So some in the Anthrax, you could probably find some phase spiders, probably banderhobs too. If you wanted the winter blink wolves, you'd probably have to be heading north over towards the Frostier Mountains. They thrive a fair bit in the tundra up that way. The Meanlock Knights, not entirely sure where you'd find them. I haven't had to deal with them a whole lot.
So Antarac Mountains, which is where we've been, or up north to the Frothier Mountain.
Well, thank you for your help.
Not a problem. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you need anything?
Yes, actually, I'm looking for diamonds and pearls. Particularly a diamond that's 300 gold pieces.
What, you killed someone recently?
No, I'm just being prepared.
Fair enough. I don't have anything myself, but I'm pretty sure that the Mire Walkers, they might have something.
The Mire Walkers?
Yeah, it's an adventuring guild. They have a few different branches that deal with various things, and one of them does. They tend to cater towards more magical items, so over in their shop, but it's worth a look.
Thank you very much. Whereabouts are they?
That's about 3 blocks north and another 2 west, and you find it.
All right then, Syl, if you don't mind, we can take a detour.
Yes.
All right, we will walk over to the Mire Walkers Guild.
Yeah, you check into the Mire Walkers Guild, and they've got a little shop front called the Dragon's Horn.
Oh, it's very cute.
And
I say it's cute.
And as you're like walking up, you can see like the sign, like the Dragon's Horn, and you know how like you'd have the old timey times where like it's just got like the metal bar out with like the sign dangling off of it.
Yeah.
That, except it's actually a dragon's horn.
Oh!
Literally a dragon's horn.
Can I tell what kind of dragon by looking at it?
Roll me a nature check.
Yeah, that sounds good. Nope. I have no clue.
I also want to try this.
You got 15.
I gotta roll for Annah too. What the fuck? Or what the hell?
So Theo and Anna, you have no idea what kind of dragon this would be from. Sylvania, you aren't entirely sure. But you'd guess probably either a black or a red scaled dragon.
Ooh. Black or red dragon. Which ones did we need? No, we needed a white.
We need a white dragon, yeah. Luckily, not a red or a black dragon. I'm not 100%, but there's a voice in the back of my head that goes, whenever they hear a red or black dragon.
Dragon's a dragon, isn't it? They're all kind of spooky.
there's a voice in the back of my head that says a white dragon is probably the one we want. But
Yeah, it was white or blue dragon was what you'd been told by
Yeah,
Theioryn.
Yeah.
both sound unpleasant, personally.
yes, dragons in general are unpleasant. I agree. Let's just, and I'll go inside.
So you head on inside, and door dings as you step in, and you see a halfling kind of like perk up and help you. What can I help you with?
Hello. Yes, I am hoping you can help me. I am looking for diamonds, particularly one that is 300 gold pieces
Okay.
for spell work.
Are we talking
potential
solid,
future
are we talking
spell work.
solid diamond or pieces of diamonds?
Let me just
Very
do a
different
double
spells depending on what
check.
you're needing.
Well, I am hoping to cast it for Revivify. I just need diamonds, 300 gold worth.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be solid
300 gold
diamond.
pieces
Got it.
worth of diamonds. So
Okay.
as long as it equals up to 300 gold pieces,
Okay, that's easy enough to do. That's easy enough to do. Okay, absolutely.
I will be poor after this.
And it's like, give me anything else that you're needing?
I think for now we'll stick with that. I'm also looking for a pearl, but we might have to leave the pearl out for now.
Okay, fair enough. I'm assuming you identify with the pearls.
Yes.
Okay, that's not a problem. We usually have those in stock. Let me take a quick look at the back to see what I got in terms of diamonds, and kind of hops down. You just is like above the counter, and then
Yeah.
see the door open behind. Mulder is about for a couple minutes and comes back, and he's got a little bag, and he hops it back onto his stool and opens it up and drags a scale out, and it's like, okay, and so starts dumping some of the diamonds it has. They're not big diamonds, but based on the values, it goes and starts putting them onto the scale and like kind of weighing off, and it's like, okay, yeah, there's about 300 gold. And looking at the scale, pretty easy to tell. It's like, yeah, it's the value base is going to be for 300 gold.
Yeah. All right, I will. Is it like in a little bag?
Yeah, he basically has like a leather cloth that's they're all sitting on.
Yeah.
So you pull it up and tie it.
All right then, I will take it.
Alrighty. And so yeah, that's 300 gold.
Slide 300 gold his way. Oh, that hurts. I do this all for you, and I'm just gonna add a bag of diamonds.
Bag of diamonds, 300 GP.
Yeah, 300 GP. So,
It
hurts me, but
anything else I can help you with?
I think I'm good. Syl, do you need anything?
Did you have one of those pearls?
Yeah, we've definitely got the pros.
No, I'll grab one.
Okay, and hops down. Tunk, tunk, tunk. You like see the door open. Him just like partially lean in. Got hops back up and it's like tunk, and decent sized pearl. Like there we go. That'd be 100 GP.
All right. I look at Theo. Do you think we'd be able to share the one pearl, or do you think we both need our own?
If you can you cast Identify as well, Syl? I don't think it uses it. Yeah, when you cast Identify, it uses up the pearl, correct?
No, it does not consume the pearl.
Oh.
You must have the pearl on your person when you cast the spell, but it does not consume the pearl. So
then, yeah, if you're okay, we can pass it back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, just one pearl then. That's all I need.
100 GP then?
Yeah, the diamonds I know get used up.
Yeah, the diamonds are consumed. The pearl for Identify is not.
Yeah.
So I just have a dumb, completely unrelated question. How big are the ball bearings in comparison to the pearls?
The ball bearings are a fair bit smaller.
Okay.
As Kay is planning to try and swap out their pearl
I
for a
have
ball
no
bearing.
idea what you're talking about.
No. No, we got these. You're off in your own land.
That's why I was asking a theoretical question,
You
not
made me wake up my cat.
Why?
She was
Why?
sleeping.
Why would you wake up Harley like that?
Because I raised my voice.
Well, don't do that.
Kay is not responsible for the increasing tone of your voice, or the increasing volume of your voice.
Kay cannot be held responsible for the actions of other players in his DM group.
Alrighty, yeah, you're able to. So Anya currently has the Pearl 400 GP, and Theo, you have 300 GP worth of diamonds.
Yeah, that way, if we run into trouble, because I imagine wherever we're going to run into trouble, I can at least bring someone back. So, it's always nice to have.
The inevitability of someone's going to die.
Yeah, someone might die. I can sort of help them.
Alrighty. Anything else? English. Anything else that you two were wanting to grab, or anything that Anna was needing to grab?
I actually don't know if Anna needs anything particularly.
I can fire. I'll fire a message to Anna after the sessions. Like basically, if she has anything that she's wanting to have bought.
Shopping happened.
Yeah, shopping happened.
What did you buy?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anything else you two were grabbing?
Not right now.
Okay.
Nope.
So.
While they are out shopping, Kay, you head over to, I'm assuming, the Crystal Star to find Gant. And you walk in, and it's still like mid-morning, but you can see Gant kind of like mulling about and like, ah! What do you want?
I didn't even sneak up on you this time.
I'm a jumping individual. What do you want?
It's fine. I'm looking to join the ranks of your guys' employee for temporary work. And I need to talk to your boss.
Okay. Same price as last time.
Yeah, I know.
And he goes and pockets your gold. And
is it a single gold?
I thought it was 2 gold.
Theo paid him last time. Cool. Moving on.
Yeah, I think it's 2 gold for him to take you to.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you pay him. He's like, and while you're falling through the sewers, what are you doing? Anything in particular?
I'm going to pop up a conversation about how why it is that Gant became so good at navigating these tunnels. Like, what's the trick to it? Sort of.
Go ahead.
Is what Kay's getting at.
Okay. The trick to navigating the sewers. Number one, a strong desire to not get eaten. That really helps.
Okay.
Some people they just toad about here, picking whatever path they so choose. And that's a really good way to get eaten by an Otiug.
You don't say. I've been uncomfortably hugged by one once. I don't want to repeat that question, so
yeah, it's really
that makes sense.
Feeling. Aside from that, listening is a really good thing in the sewers. Everything kind of echoes, but once you get used to it, you kind of figure out where they're originating from. It's like, am I getting closer? Am I getting further away? And if you're getting closer, take another route.
That seems logical.
And roll me a survival check as you're following him through the sewers.
As I click on D&D Beyond, because that's clearly going to help me.
Totally gonna help. 19. Double 19s. As you're following him through the sewers, like you're paying very close attention to like anytime he like stops and kind of perks up, you kind of like are stopping and like trying to listen, and you start kind of catching on to like the occasional like some sounds that like to you they seem really quiet, but you'll be like walking along and just suddenly watch his like ears perk up and he'll like turn his head like looking down like one of the tunnels, and then usually followed by taking a different route.
Yep.
But you're starting to recognize some of the sounds that kind of alert him.
Yeah.
And you're gradually trying to figure out how to filter through the general sewer noises and what's actually needing to be wary of. But after quite a while of following Gant, you do end up finding yourself on that long decline down to the doors into Toskorai, into the underbelly. So as you reach the underbelly, what are your plans?
At this point, I'm going to be very blunt, and I'm just going to go knock on the door. Probably Zacharias may or may not be standing in front of, not entirely sure which. And be like, hey, I want to ask your boss for a job.
So as you approach the door that leads towards Zane, you do not see Zacharias out front. You do see a couple of guards who do stop you as you approach. And like the one's like, what do you need?
I'm looking for contractual employment.
Contractual employment of what kind? Like there's a lot of different jobs that need doing.
Kay's gonna list vaguely criteria. I don't plan on killing anyone. Transportation, movement of product and or information, and depending on risk, whatever, goals kind of stick within the greater Amnodel city limits for the time being, unless higher priority work aligns with what I'm aiming to do, in which case conditions could be met. But generally, I'm trying to fill the niche need of, you need someone to do all that menial bullshit you don't want to take care of. The underworld obviously has a lot of that going on, and I've already been part of a group that has proven themselves to be successful in dealing with a problem, which I don't know if Zant officially knows about yet, or the success of the problem being taken care of. Also would like to communicate that to him.
Do you mean Zane or Gant?
Zane. Fuck. Cool. Okay. I'm in Zelda Twilight Princess land now. It's fine.
If you're looking for jobs, there is the job board just over that way that things are needed to be done. They need to be picked up there.
Kay is going to gracefully be like, damn it, whatever, didn't get to see Zacharias. In his head, not publicly, because that's rude. He's going to go take a look at the job board for the easy, quick wins. It may be lower paying, but it's if it's a run across the city, if it's whatever the easy jobs are, I need some mushrooms delivered from market, or insert RPG bullshit grindy quest mechanics. Kay wants to take all of the fetch quests from the board and make it his point to come in every day and just do the monotony of the fetch quests until such point as there aren't fetch quests, and then everybody's like, the fuck did the fetch quests go? They're always here. It's because Kay shows up at the crack of dawn, goes, fetch quests, tick, 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 and then goes around and runs them when we don't have other big plans to do.
Okay. Where is...
What's the least dangerous work that I could do?
So you look at you go over and you look at the job board, and there is a mess of pages pinned to this board, and it's actually very close to the bar. When you first came in, off to your left there was a large bar,
Yep.
The board is essentially posted right beside that bar. And the fellow behind the bar also has a large like ledger, and usually like as you're like looking through the board, you see someone come out to him, and him just kind of like writing stuff down. Then he walks over and just sticks another thing to the board, and then goes back to his bar.
Kay's gonna turn to him before like shuffling through the wall of requests, and he's gonna be like, "Do I return these to you, or is the information on the request?"
All information's on the request.
Perfect.
Yep. I don't handle the dealing in cash. I just post them.
Works for me. Thanks.
And so as you peruse through the clusterfuck of postings on this board, roll me a d20. Roll me an investigation check.
I'll take it.
14. So most of the stuff on there at the moment seems to be out of town type deals. Because while Zane primarily deals just with the Namino Dell, people want things from outside.
Yep.
But you do find a couple where it's pick up a package from such and
X,
such.
deliver at Y.
And pick up at X, deliver at Y. Usually with the stipulation of do not open the package.
Yep. As a side note, can Kay make note of any delivery like locations on the board that are like towns he's either traveled to or been to just like I'm not gonna write them down, but more of a like keep a mental track of, hey, if I ever go here, this might be a good place to, or like place to be like, hey, are we going from Amnodel north? If we are, we have to stop through these places. I mean, maybe I can pick up some jobs along the way and like take goods or whatever the ask might be. Just like kind of make a note of some of the more commonplace or repetitive names.
Yeah. You can make note of some of the names, although you're not sure. Like once again, you'd have to check the board before you go to see if any of those things are still posted. But you're absolutely able to take a look. And but are you grabbing the couple of postings where it's pick up at X, deliver to Y?
Within Amnoda, yeah.
Yeah.
I will take like essentially all of them, and my goal is just to get up top and then just do quickly delivery things and get to kind of properly know Amnodel as the cityscape that it is specifically, instead of being like, I'm a tourist here. It's like, hey, no, I've been here long enough. I should have half an idea where the docks are in comparison to the guardhouse, in comparison to the market district. I should know these things.
Yeah.
And even though I have like a general idea, a specific idea would be good.
Okay. So there's two postings essentially that you can grab right now. And let me just note these. So the first one is pick up a package from Bartel. And for delivery to... Where was that name? To Forkhil. Forkhil.
That was Barto?
Bartel. Bartel.
Bartel. Okay.
To Forkhil.
Yep.
And of course has a stipulation of do not open the package.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is odds or evens?
Odd.
Okay. The other one is a delivery, so pick up item from somewhere within the from within Toskarai and deliver to Marahl, Marahl. So as you are, so one of the deliveries, it looks like the first delivery, it looks like it is surface level Amanodel to surface level of Amanodel, whereas the second one is underbelly to surface level.
Cool. So since I'm in
Since you're
the
in
underbelly, that's where I'm starting.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna pick the package up, go on, deliver it. I'll probably get escorted back by Gant.
Okay.
Just because I'm learning how to do this from you. Might as well, and I don't think he's gone anywhere just yet. So.
Yeah, basically, I would have asked if you were going to be heading back right away, and so he's just kind of like toting about in your general vicinity.
Yep.
It's cheap money for him, so.
Yep.
It's like, get paid 2 gold to go for a walk. Sure. And to try not to get eaten.
Yes.
Usually
well, Kay's goal is to learn from him so he doesn't have to pay Gant. Be like, run away from Theo. To the underbelly, go!
Okay, so when as you grab the posting for the delivery tomorrow, and you can see a fellow kind of sitting nearby, and he's got a cart, and he kind of strolls up to you. He's like, "So you're taking that for you? You're taking that delivery, right?"
Of course.
Great. And he reaches in the pocket, pulls out a small box about that big, and he's like, place it in your hands, like, do not open it. It will probably kill you.
Open what?
Exactly. And he goes and he's like, your payment will be at destination.
Excellent.
Very quickly just kind of disappears into the crowd.
Cool. Oh yeah, and obviously Kate has taken note of the information. Well, he's taken the notes from the wall because that's information. And then Kate's gonna head back out and start doing deliveries.
Alrighty. So Gantz guides you back up to service level. Roll me another survival check as you're following him.
This one was a little bit more difficult than last time.
This is a little bit more difficult. At one point, you're just like, I think I've got this stuff figured out. And as you're going along, you're like, it's like, oh yeah, I think I know where we are. And you like, it's just in this corner. You have to turn right. So you get around the corner, you turn right, and immediately just sploosh. As there was no ledge continuing right, and Gantz is kind of looking at you. He's like, you can't trust the visuals. They'll be over every time.
Noted.
And Gant kind of stands there waiting for you to get back. He's like, stay downwind. Continues heading out. But after a while, you do make it to the surface, though significantly smellier. And are you heading straight to doing the deliveries in current state, or?
I'm going to quickly head back to the Ocean's
Castaway?
Breeze? No. Castaway. Tavern, shower, change into just a lighter set of clothing. And then just head to tackling deliveries.
Okay. So while you are venturing forth to do deliveries, Theo, Sylvania, and Anna. What are you up to?
I actually just remembered. Theo would actually like to look for any. Probably end up going to like a magic guild. Looking for any scrolls that he can ritual cast and write into his tomb. So particularly, I have a particular one in mind.
Okay.
We'll see. I am just poor, but there is something that I wouldn't mind checking to see how much at least it costs.
As an aside, when Kay's doing delivery runs, he's gonna keep an eye out for businesses that look like arcanists. That's what I have written down, right?
Okay. Yeah, the Arcanists.
Yes. Yeah, the people to make me tall again, because that'd be great.
Okay.
And if he is not actively on a delivery, so if he's in between jobs, so like after I deliver this first one before I get the second one, he plans on stopping. Otherwise, if he's on his job, he'll come back after finishing the delivery, because the deliveries are the most important thing.
Okay.
Now
So,
back to the
Theo, what's so as you're looking for spells, what whatchamacallit? Like any particular spells that you're trying to find?
Yes. Leoman's tiny hut. We're going to probably be on the road. It kind of sounds like we're going north. I don't want to sleep in a tent.
It's the tiny hut dimension.
Yeah, tiny hut dimension.
Who has Leoman's tiny hut? That is wizards, and that is a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, it can be cast by bards, wizards. But my Pact of the Tomb, my Book of Ancient Secrets for my Pact of the Tomb allows me to write down any ritual, any spell that can be ritual cast from any class.
Yeah.
So.
What were the costs for purchasing scrolls?
If not Leoman's tiny hut, I'll just take regular tiny hut.
Out of curiosity, because I don't know, what's the difference between the two?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I was expecting one of them to be a slightly posher tiny hut.
No, it's just the name.
Yeah. It's tiny hut. And
Leoman
Leoman's
is the
tiny
person who invented the spell. So if
Yeah.
you pay homage to the person who invented the spell, you use his name. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you just don't.
Okay, there we go. That's the.
It's the same thing with Magnificent Mansion. There's Magnificent Mansion and Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion.
Yeah. Except Mage Hand. There is a difference between the
Mage Hand and
regular
Bigby's
mage.
Hand.
Yeah, and the regular Mage Hand, and the other Mage Hand.
Bigby's.
Yeah, Big B's Mage Hand.
Yeah, most of the variants don't actually have any functional difference. It is just a name.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious. Today I learned.
So looking around, you are able to find places that are selling spell scrolls. Like there is a couple of guilds that specialize in different types of magic and scrolls and stuff like that. To get a 3rd level spell scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Where is?
Yeah, because it's at 3rd level.
Yeah. That's Xanathar's, isn't it? Or is that PHP? I'm pretty sure that's PHP. Un momento as I pull that up.
Tiny Hut is actually in basic rules.
Yeah, but for the purchase and selling of spell scrolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the spell scrolls themselves, it's a price depending on level, as opposed to a price depending on what spell it is. So
Yeah.
Fireball costs the same as Liam and Tiny Hut because they're both 3rd level spells.
Yeah. I can't ritual cast Fireball though. That would.
Yeah. Also, I don't think, in the words of Piccolo, a 5-minute startup time is really not usable in terms of combat.
It's not really usable, no.
It's only usable if that's the first attack you plan on casting.
Yeah, and you need the ambush.
If you have a special radar that reads the power level of your opponent going up, so you could spend the 5 minutes going, oh,
Or if
it's
we
over
had
9,000.
Or if we hadn't angered all the Kruthiks
Yeah.
in that one tent that were coming after us, we could have been like, yo, hold on, I'm just gonna shoot these real quick, and then you can just fireball and just be like, look, an
Just
obvious
fireball.
distraction on the other side of the cave. Who knew? It would have been fine. Probably. That's how that works, right?
Until someone nat once and steps inside of a clutch of eggs.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing bad ever happens in a nest of things trying to kill us.
Of course not. That would. Okay, I am not seeing here. No, we're just gonna go with this table. So it would cost 300 gold for a 3rd
Damn.
level spell.
Damn. I will have to wait then. I'm guessing it's 100 gold for a 1st level then.
75 for a 1st level, 150 for a 2nd level, 300 for a 3rd level, 500 for a 4th level, 1,000 for a 5th level, and then just keeps going up.
I'm just gonna quickly take a look and see if there's anything here that I might want. And
I might just paste that in my notes so I have that for later.
yeah, no, then I'll wait then, because I definitely don't have 300 gold.
Because you just spent it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing someone
Which is
back
fine.
to life or sleeping in a warm place.
Come
for
back
a
to
night.
life or sleeping in a thing. I suppose we have ends. We're just gonna have to wait for a bit. One day.
Alrighty. So yeah, you're not able, or you're able to find that yes, they do have spell scrolls for sale.
Yeah.
And price ramps up fairly quickly.
To 3, but at least I now know.
Yeah. So Kay, you get to the first delivery point after cleaning yourself up and no longer smelling like poop. And you are in the lower commons, and kind of like you find the location you're supposed to. Actually, roll me another survival check.
I've gotten a little bit lost in the lower comments.
Yeah, the lower commons are a bit of a weave in the first place. Anna and Theo have gotten lost there too. Anna took a lot of left turns. But you eventually kind of figure that you're going to have to ask if you want to figure out where the heck you're going.
So I'm going to assume there are street children about. I don't know for sure. I'm just going to assume there's
there's
someone
about.
Cool. So I'm going to approach one of the kids or one of the people and be like, "Hey, do you know Marl? Did I say that right?
Morale.
I wrote it down. Yes.
And can I see you? Yeah.
Can you
Like-
take me to his place? And Kay will jingle some of the silver in his pocket.
Kid kind of looks at you suspiciously, looks at your pocket, looks back at you. Make me a deck save.
I'm very curious if this kid beats my 19. 'Cause if I have to chase a child
No, the kid reaches his hand out to try and grab the pouch, but because you already had your hand on it as you were jingling it, you're able to quickly pull it up out of their reach. I would have laughed really hard if the kid nat 20'd.
I would have cried. But granted, I said I was jiggling the silver pouch. Specifically.
Yep.
Because I would have died.
They run off with all your gold.
Oh, Theo would be very upset with me. That kid could buy a house.
But the kid kind of like, this way. Kind of like motions you to follow him. And you kind of follow through the alley for a little bit, and then he points to a fairly run-down house that's closer to the outskirts of the commons.
Yep.
And like when you first enter the commons, like the roads were like cobbled roads, like they're actually moderately maintained. But you just like as you're traveling further out, the decrepit state becomes more and more apparent.
Yep.
But you get out there and like he motions to the house, then he
hands him 9 silver.
Takes it, shoves it in his pocket, and just sprints off.
Yeah.
So you're at a fairly decrepit looking house.
Knock on the door.
Knock on the door, and you hear silence for the first little bit, and then you hear actually roll me a perception check. Would you hear this? Oh yeah. You can hear a window above you open up, and kind of look up. You can see this figure just kind of like leaning out of the window, looking down. It's like,
I have a delivery for Marl.
Leave it at the door.
I was told I'd have payment at location.
Put it at the door, and I'll throw your payment.
Kay takes the box, shows it to the person from the window, puts it at the foot of the door, and steps back.
And once you've stepped back, little sack of coin or little sack comes flying down at you. Roll me a dex check. Not a save, just a check.
Oh, whoops! Damn it.
Okay.
It's still fine.
You're able to snag the bag out of the air. And you open it up, and there's 3 gold inside.
Cool. And then Kay literally turns around and leaves. He doesn't care. His business is done. He's off to Bartel. I have I spelt it wrong the first time, and now I have letters overlapping. So this is just it's just getting worse the more I fix it. It's fine.
Roll me a perception check. $22. As you're walking away, it's just like, okay, now I gotta find Bartel. I know where that is. And you suddenly remember the name of the sandwich shop you're at this morning.
Yes!
Which is Bartel's Bistro.
Kay's gonna be like, fucking getting lunch there too. Woo!
So you venture over towards Bartel's. Theo, Annah, and Sylvania, what are you up to? After discovering that you cannot, in fact, afford the spell scrolls at the moment.
Is there a bathhouse?
Yes, I suppose we'll go back.
No, is there a bathhouse? That's what I asked.
Oh, I suppose it's been a while. I suppose Kay had a spa day. We should have a spa day.
I spend a decent amount of time in the sewers. I wouldn't mind being clean.
Well, technically, you're not clean because someone keeps prestidigitating you. So
It's not the same.
It's not the same. True.
What's this K pigeon talking in the back of our head?
Kay's gonna shout. Fine. To make this fair, Kay's going to shout out into his phone. Yo, I'm going for a second round of sandwiches. Anyone want another?
No, I think we're good, Kay, but seriously, I think the spa day is perfect. Because, have you seen Kay's new clothes? They're pretty nice.
Kay,
as much as it deigns me to say.
So, can I just... I really want Theo to be talking into the mic so I can recommend them RuPaul so much.
Don't worry about it. Go to RuPaul this time.
But the reason I look so good is because of RuPaul.
Yeah, we're finding a bathhouse. We're going to a bathhouse.
Okay.
Have a spa day.
And yeah, finding a bathhouse isn't too difficult. There's several scattered throughout the city. Roll me a... You should roll... Both of you roll me a d20. Just straight d20.
Just a straight d20. Do you want Anna to roll you a d20 too?
Sure.
Okay, I'll roll separately. So the first one is Theo, second one is Anna. Oh, hey, look at that, 15 and 14.
Okay.
You're not going to the one in the lower comments, guys.
They're not going to the one in the comments, no. You end up wandering around for a bit. You spot a decent-looking one, and Sylvania, or at first Sylvania, you spot one. You're like, this is the great one that we should go to, and then you just have Anna and Theo just kind of turn you.
Nope.
As you walk away from the brothel.
It's there's a red light in front. That's a big nope.
Can you get clean there? Probably. Will you get dirty first? Also probably.
Also probably. I don't want to get clean that way.
What's the difference between one bath and another bath?
Who's using the sponge?
This pigeon in the back of my head. Okay, quit! If you're not going to be with us, quit listening on the message stone. Click.
Okay, it's gonna be like, well, if you leave it on, click.
But after a while, you do find a bathhouse that is not red light district bathhouse.
Yes, we will. Yes, this one seems a lot more family orientated.
But we're not a family.
You know, you're right, but at the same time, it's I won't have to worry about bending over here compared to any of the other ones. So.
Oh, did I pick a short one? Well, I am kind of short. It would be helpful.
You know what, Sylvania? Just keep being you, my dear, and we'll go inside, or I'll start going inside.
See, my mind's now just going back. It's actually considering, it's like, would Anna even necessarily catch on initially either, on account of the fact that how long did it take any of you to realize that the Silken Hut was or was a brothel?
She'd be like, "Yep, that's got a red light."
Yeah, you're able to go in, and they've got a fairly nice establishment. It is 4 gold a person.
I can afford that.
And
I just need to make
Oh, go ahead.
Just need to make a note to, I guess, because I can't adjust.
I can adjust
Anna's.
Anna's.
Yeah.
But I will make a note to myself to
Yeah.
reduce Anna's gold by 4. Okay. Yeah, and so you're able to you go in. It's a fairly nice place. It is set up so that it is a mixed bath. But you're able to go in and they have it. It's much more akin to a very small swimming pool as opposed to just like hot spring style.
But is the water hot?
The water is hot.
Then I'm good.
Yeah, you're able to go in, and they've got different sections. You're able to get yourselves all cleaned up without having to dirty yourselves first.
Is there a place where we can wash our clothes?
Yeah, as you head in, you're able to pass off, and they do have laundry services.
Hooray!
Including that 4 gold.
It smells like lavender. I've forgotten how this smells. It's so soft.
Oh, so that's the actual shade of my arm. I thought it's been a bit darker lately.
When I press digitate, I take a guess at how much I'm taking off. So, I'm sorry. I thought your arms were just stained with the oil of dog, but apparently they're not.
Yeah, you realize, like prestidigitate works well.
But it's
But
no
whatever-
substitute for a good bath.
Whatever voodoo they are doing it, like when they're doing the laundry, takes out a lot more than prestidigitate can.
I've been trying to get this stain out for months. How did they do it?
Yeah, you're able to go through, and you're
There's
all
a
cleaned
reason
up,
on my black.
nice and squeaky clean. Your clothes smell vaguely of lavender.
Ugh.
What is your next step or next plan?
I'm not sure. Should we convene back at the hotel and talk about where we want to go?
That's probably a good idea. Are we going to discuss it without Kay because you ran off?
Well, we'll just message him real quick. Kay, we're going back to the hotel.
The sandwich by this point.
Hopefully he still hears me. I will resend this message in 5 minutes.
So they're heading back to the hotel?
Yeah. We're gonna head back to the hotel.
Neat. I'll be there once I'm finished what I'm up to. Quick.
Just me, or did that sound ominous?
It's always ominous, and I hate it so much.
Good times.
No one bothered to ask. They're just like,
Whoa!
hey, damn it.
I
And moved on.
There's no stopping it.
If Kay is not back by tomorrow, I'm just going to assume he's dead.
I'll go looking. We know where he went, at least, at the beginning of the day, so...
And I'm not going there, so if he's not back tomorrow...
I'm not going there. I suppose I can always go look for him.
I just appreciate how they all expect me. Oh, I'm gonna die. It's great.
Maybe the spell I should purchase is Skywrite. Then I just write in the sky, K, get your ass home.
You have a fucking telephone that
I
can
do.
directly contact my brain.
I absolutely do, but I could write it in the sky. And then everyone will know.
Except I probably won't look up, so I won't notice it. So everyone but the person you're trying to contact.
So that's when you just need to get all of Kay's clothes with the big words like "I'm Kay" on the back.
Yeah.
So when everyone else sees, it's like, Okay, I think you're supposed to go home now.
Instead of locate animals, I need a locate K spell.
So that's when you just need to get the oh crap, I can't remember what spell is off the top of my head, but it's basically locate object. I think it's just
Yeah.
locate object. And just have it be K's arm.
I mean, that would work.
Then you get, as long as you're within X radius of K, you can always find them. Anyways, it's okay. You're able to enjoy your sandwich. And what? Like, are you buying the sandwich? Then what are you doing there?
I'm showing up being like, so I got notice of a delivery being needed. Also, can I get a pastrami on Swiss? Or with Swiss on white?
You start making up your sandwich, and you got a delivery, or you picking up?
Or I'm picking up for a delivery. Kay pulls out the sheet of paper that has like the note that was on the board and then puts it back in his pocket.
And the take a quick look, make sure no one's outside. And see, keeps making your sandwich. Roll me a
Kay,
perception check.
all right. That one.
Yeah. Okay. 16. Yeah. So you take a quick peek outside, and there's people mulling about in the general vicinity, but no one that you can tell seems to be too intently focused.
Seems good.
And so he finishes wrapping stuff up, and your sandwich, and picks up another, like, a little lunchbox and puts up, deliver that.
Will do. Kay puts the change on the counter for Hitwitch.
Yep.
And he heads off to Forkill?
Yep. Do you know who Forkill is?
Do I know who Forkill is? I don't think I do. I'm assuming everything about the job is listed on the sheet of paper, and I'm not worrying about the rest. Yeah.
Morales had in the commons. This one just says to Forkill.
Kay's gonna turn around and go, where?
And you just watch him. You're new, aren't you?
That's the point of this job.
And he's like, north 6 blocks, west 3, south 2. And that's all he
Cool.
can do.
And away Kay goes.
You follow the path along, and you are in currently a back alley. And yeah, make me a deck save.
Can it be like that last deck save? It can't be like that last deck save.
As you're like, you kind of like looking around, trying to feels like I'm where I'm supposed to be. You hear footsteps coming in from behind you, and you quickly spin around and step back in time to avoid a blade. It's going shoot, and you see this bit of an older looking fellow, very frazzled hair, and roll me an insight check.
17.
he is very much not all there. But as you manage to dodge the blade, he's kind of like looks at you, he's like with a little bit of shock, and then is looking around, like, who are you?
I'm Kay. Who are you?
Doesn't matter. What do you want? Why are you in my alley?
I'm assuming you're 4-kill. 4-kill.
William, doesn't matter. What are you doing in my alley?
Well, if you're him, I have a delivery. If you're not, I guess I'm in the wrong place.
Gimme.
Kay shows him the lunchbox. So, are you?
Would you like to
a small
collect his
pouch and
lunchbox?
toss it on the ground in front of you?
Kay hands him his lunchbox.
You take it.
It was a
Be more
pleasure
careful
doing
next time.
business. It was a
Slides
pleasure
the knife,
doing
grabs
business.
the box and kind of scurries off.
Kay picks up the delivery charge casually and makes a mental note. When delivering to this gentleman, be wary of attacks from behind. Now I know who he is. I can identify him, and we can move on with our lives. But I can be prepared walking into this alley instead of not prepared.
Instead of blindly walking into the alley and possibly getting shanked.
Yep.
But in the pouch there was another 3 gold.
Cool.
And then are you heading back to meet up with the rest of the group?
As said, I will go back. I will go because I said I'd meet them back at the place. I will go meet them back at the hotel, and ask Thea to prestidigitate the outfit I was wearing this morning.
Oh God!
You
No!
smell it as you walk into the room.
Aren't those brand new? Prestidigitate. Oh, it didn't work the first time. Prestidigitate again.
Sorry, I was learning to navigate the sewers, and it didn't work out so well.
There's this lovely bathhouse up in the crafting district. They wash your clothes for you. We all went.
Cool. That sounds
Wonderful experience.
That sounds like a tomorrow problem.
Oh, please don't wait till tomorrow. We share a room. I don't want to continue smelling that.
You'll live.
Ah,
Kay will open the window.
I'll hang your bloody clothes outside.
Kay looks outside to see if there's a clothesline out of his window.
There is not.
So,
Kay will casually stuff his clothing in like a small bag that's just like for cleaning.
Okay.
all right. So, I imagine we're sitting down, just kind of like eating and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm gonna back and sit down. We're still waiting, obviously, for Inra to get back to us, but what do people feel like doing next?
I have an idea.
Hmm?
I have an idea.
You do?
Yes. Well, I have lots of ideas, but I have an idea specific to what you just said.
Oh,
Does it
okay,
involve
okay.
dragon?
What is your specific drive? Your specific idea? Sorry, the little voice whispered in my head again. I'm hearing voices. Don't worry about it. It said dragon, and I got very confused.
Yeah, I don't want to do the dragon thing yet. Dragon's
No.
still kind of scary. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that one yet. Maybe later. But you have that other friend that has no sense of self-preservation up in Froshier Mountains, right?
Yes, actually, that is where our friend went. You're correct.
Well, I was also pointed to the Froshier Mountains today with you. You probably remember
Yes,
that.
yeah.
But I was
Yes,
also pointed to... I can't actually read that. I was looking at
Gelnath.
Gelnath?
Gelnath. Yep.
Galeneth, which would be on the way there. So we could go there, stop, see if we find information about my blueprint, and then we could head on to the Frostshear Mountains and meet your friend that has no sense of self-preservation.
It is
And then I
very
have the whole
true.
blueprint, hopefully know things about the blueprint, and maybe I can make it work.
Yes. Do you have any idea of what your blueprint possibly does?
Absolutely none. I know that it needs a person, or it needs people with no sense of self-preservation to make it work.
Okay.
And I know that I need to know about these weird languages, and I know I need something from a dragon.
It's very true. The other thing is that our other, well, I turn to Anna. Our other problem is that we could be potentially dealing with a lich. And that frightens me because I don't think anybody here is prepared. We're definitely not prepared to deal with a white dragon. We're most certainly not prepared to deal with a lich. So,
Well, and that's better because, you know, your friend with no sense of self-preservation was dealing with petrified people.
yes.
And, you know, it might be related to that curse sort of thing that happened to Kay, you know, the one I had to replace his arm for, or something similar. It could be the same people.
Yes, I agree. I think we need to go out and look for ways that we can make ourselves a little bit more prepared. So I'm all for heading up. You have a goal, so I'm all for going north. I'm also prepared if we need to. I have to pull this out, but our friend from the Shadow Plane, Ithariel, has a library. I believe that's south of here, but we can always do that a little later. I think that would also be a good stop eventually.
That library?
Roll me a history check.
Me? Or
Can we all roll the history check?
Anyone can.
I don't think I paid attention then, so...
I only know what you told me.
Kay remembers specifically that the library is magical and can show up kinda wherever. Or that's at least what Kay interpreted it as. So for all he knows, he's going to open the
check without rolling the history check of the
Hey!
The library can move.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. The library can move.
Kay's like, I half expect to open this closet door. Opens it. And it'd
There's
be
no
right
library.
here.
We don't know
Close.
what it is.
This is not Howl's Castle. He cannot just randomly select a door to go through.
That'd be fun. Cool. So, but yes, I think that would be a good idea to keep an eye out for that place because who knows what's in that library? She herself was able to tell us quite a few things. This library might be able to tell us more. It might have more about your blueprint, but we again don't really know where it is. So
all books, but at the same time, it might be hard to carry all those books. Might need a bag of holding first.
Yes, I suppose you're correct. So, but yes, I'm good with going up north.
See, I'm now just like picturing like dog sitting there with mouth open, and you just basically like breaking off at the end of a bookshelf, just like tipping it, and just like all the books sliding down, just like one after another into dog's mouth.
Yes.
It will be an addition. It will not be a graceful addition, but it will be an addition.
Mm-hmm. DM,
yes.
Is there a place? I suppose there's a place. What do we know of like liches?
Roll me a history check.
I'll roll another history check.
Would this be a history check?
Apparently, I did not care about liches. Liches are not magical items.
No, they are definitely not.
Also, I'm not seeing those rolls on my roll 20, so I'm refreshing roll 20. Un momento.
Okay.
Kay is significantly not going to roll because he definitely won't remember even if he... Actually, you know what? He'll roll, but he's pretty sure, he's reasonably confident he does not remember anything about a lich. And yet he remembers better than Theo. All right.
Roll at disadvantage. Take the 4 instead.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
There we go. Now I can see the rules. So from what you know about liches, essentially, they are undead.
Mm-hmm.
As long as their phylactery exists, they can be revived. The process of reviving them may vary from lich to lich. But as long as their phylactery remains intact, they can come back to life. Well, unlife. Undeadness. Yeah. They also tend to be whatchamacallit? Liches also, like, unlike a lot of undead, like zombies and stuff like that, liches retain a lot of their knowledge and personality from when they were alive.
Yeah.
Except they're dead.
Some of that does get twisted throughout the course of the whole process, but for the most part, they know who they are.
Mm-hmm. So definitely something I don't want to fight right away.
You think the lich happens to be a white dragon?
No, I don't think it's going to be a white dragon. I think it's going to be a very racist dwarf.
That dwarf owns a white dragon.
Big old white Dracolisk.
If a lich owned a white dragon, I definitely don't want to go fight that right away. I'm definitely more into going out and finding ways to acquire knowledge of how to dispatch such creatures. So, although I know that I know that white dragons are ice creatures, correct?
Yeah, that would be relatively common knowledge.
Yeah, so going north might mean finding a white dragon. What do you need the white dragon for again?
Oh, I need a Damascil crystal.
Yep,
Which
Damascil
can be
crystal.
found in white and blue dragon layers. I also need elder spire spines and Vachidrus bone powder.
Oh.
And that's just what we know so far. I need more of the blueprint, more translation.
Do we know where we find the other two? What even are the other two things?
The Vachidrus bone powder you had been explained. The Vachidrus or Vachidrus. Where was that one? That was
Vachidrus, Vakidris.
Yeah, Vachidrus bone powder. The Vachidrus were, if I remember correctly, it was essentially like a sand shark.
Oh.
Extinct though, or mostly extinct. Thankfully, you just need bone powder, not the actual like living creature.
Find a raw preserved skeleton.
Yeah, Vachidrus was a sand-dwelling worm that once thrived in the desert regions and are believed to be extinct. I found my notes. And you never asked what elder spires were.
I did ask, but she didn't know, or didn't have information.
You didn't ask what the elder spire spines were. You asked about the Damascil crystals and the Vachidrus, but you never asked about the elder spire spines.
Oh.
I had a note in my notes of they have not asked about this.
That must be because I forgot about it, because meta do know what those are.
Yeah. What is Galanath? What's in Galanath?
Someone that might be able to translate the blueprint and help me figure out where to find more.
Okay. So, well, That sounds good to me. Kay, do you have any objections? Going north?
As long as I can find a arcanist, I don't care. Speaking of, I should actually focus on finding one tomorrow.
I think if we're going north, we're going to need warm clothes, aren't we?
Yes, shopping is also fun. I have a couple of places we can go.
You have a couple
Shops that I have now frequented enough in the market because I spent a day there rummaging around and obtaining various clothings.
I'm a little scared, but okay. I
Yeah,
turn
my name. Don't wear it out.
Turn to Anna and Syl. Sound good? Go shopping for warm clothes. Head north as soon as we talk to Inra.
Sure.
All right. Sounds like a plan then.
So is there anything else that you were wanting to get done today?
I don't think so, because at this point I figure it's evening-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, shopping for winter wear would be fun. But also trying to get my height back is definitely on the list of things that Kay prioritizes over winter wear and appropriate clothing.
Fair. Because you don't want to buy new clothes and then have to suddenly go and get more new clothes because you're now several inches taller abruptly.
Yes, which is why I'm happy that I have a fancy jacket. That's fine, but the pants I'm probably going to have to get a new fit for. At least that's mentally. I'm expecting like the majority of Kay's shrinkage happened in his legs.
Well, yeah, Kay's like 80% legs.
Exactly.
So evening comes and goes, and you're able to rest up for the night. And the next day was when you were expected to go and meet up with Inra. So is the party doing that right away, or is the party waiting until after shopping?
I think we should go see Inra right away. Okay, it looks like you want to say something.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. She won't throw you in jail. I promise. I'll be right there.
Are you sure?
I am so sure she will not throw you in jail. Again, I will be right there. Anna won't let it happen. Syl, are you gonna let them throw Kay in jail?
No comment.
See? Also, Indra's had a few days. It's been like a day. Shouldn't we give her a little more time?
No. We should go see Inra. It's been some time. We'll go see her. We've left the hub and now we're coming back. So it's checked our flags. We'll go see her. It will be fine. I promise she won't throw you in jail. You helped bust a drug ring, a very horrible drug ring. She's not just gonna look at you and be like, "Oh,
She always looks at me with the ho ho. It's that K kid.
Then stand behind me.
I suppose I can. I still want to find an arcanist though before we leave. That's kind of.
Yes, and we'll go find one. If you just come along with Inra and we'll talk to Inra and stand behind me. If you do want my poncho, you can throw it over your head and pretend you're not even there.
But like, what's better than pretending? But like, actually, just not being there.
Just shut up. Let's go. And I promise I will come and help personally to help you find an arcanist.
Okay, it's just gonna be this is gonna end poorly. And then Kay's
literally
gonna be like, go into bed, roll over, sleep for the night, so that tomorrow he can begrudgingly be an angry teenager with this terrible, terrible life plan.
Alrighty, so as morning comes, is the party going to see Inra right out the gate, or?
Yeah, I think it's just best to get it done and out of the way.
Okay. As you enter the guard outpost, you you see the usual lady sitting there, polishing a little nameplate, and
Oh, good to see you. I didn't see you last time.
I gotta have a day off every once in a while.
I suppose, yes. I was worried there for a moment, with all of the weird goings on in the city.
It's gonna take more than that to get rid of me. And she goes and she puts the nameplate. I was like, no, Anna's expecting you. She's back in her office. And
Thank you so much.
Points down the hall.
Again, we'll head in.
As you enter Anna's office, you can see several large stacks of paperwork on her desk, and she's got some paperwork in hand. She's very fixated on it. And as she hears the door open, she goes, "Oh, you've arrived." Sets them aside. And, wonderful. I have a couple things I would like to discuss with you. Please take a seat. And motion to 4 chairs that are on the other side of her desk.
I'll sit down. I'll hand Kay my poncho.
Kay will lean up against the wall because Kay is not really a sitting in front of authority kind of person.
I imagine Anna would just kind of plunk herself down in the seat.
Yeah, Anna goes and plunks herself down.
Is Sylvania actually taking a seat, or is Sylvania staying on dog?
I'll take a seat. And since Kay didn't sit down, Dog will sit on Kay's seat.
Okay. And as Dog hops up on the seat, at first it was like... So, first off, thank you again for your work with locating the origin of the Gagori-laced drugs. I'm grateful you were able to locate it when you did, as the batch that was in the process of being made was over 10 times as potent as the batch you had brought me before, which would have been a lethal dose for the vast majority of consumers. It looks like the Death Adders had kind of basically run their course of it, and it looks like they were attempting to cut ties with all, but you got there first, which definitely very, very, very greatly appreciated. 3 of the...
It took a few days.
Pardon?
It took a few days, but we got there.
You got there, which I greatly appreciate. So far, 3 of the Death Adder members have confessed to the operation and have indicated that all members were aware and involved in some fashion or another. The property itself and all contents have been seized and are currently being auctioned off to pay for reparations to deal with some of the damage they caused. The members themselves are currently detained within the Middle District awaiting trial to determine the remainder of their sentence. This brings me to the first topic I wish to discuss with you. Your reward for assisting with the case. I wish I could say it was merely idle curiosity that led me to look into this, but I'll be honest, it was most certainly a selfish request. A lot of you have proven on several occasions that you are capable and willing to get things done, and beyond that, have been capable of doing so without the need to run in weapons drawn and leaving a bloody trail in your wake to clean up. When needed, I wish to be able to utilize your efforts again. With you being a bit of a wandering group, I have figured that a way that I may be able to deal with that is providing somewhere for you to come back to. I had a painfully long discussion with Grimnall, and while he was hesitant at first, I did convince him to allow the property to be procured and presented as a reward in lieu of gold for the services rendered, if that is something that you would be amicable to.
You're giving us a house?
of sort, yes. There are, of course, stipulations for taking the property. While officially yours, it technically belongs to the Lower Guard District and would remain such for the next 2 years after that full ownership is passed on to you. This is namely so that these are basic stipulations that Grimnall wanted put in place to prevent you from taking the property, turning around, selling it, and then leaving anyways. During the course of those 2 years, you are free to upgrade the property as you so choose, but just be aware that should you decide to part with the property prior to those 2 years, you would not be reimbursed for the upgrades.
Well, it would be nice to have a place to come back to and not constantly having to pay for hotel fees.
I wasn't planning on staying on this continent for that long, but to be fair, I said that to myself 3 years ago. So, you know, it probably wouldn't hurt to have somewhere to call home for a while until I finish up what I was trying to do.
Does it, I'm sorry, I'm very, very flattered. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Oh, of course.
Does it include the bar?
The bar itself has been closed. The property's liquidated due to, once again, trying to pay for some of the damage that had been caused.
Mm-hmm.
And so the tavern could be reopened, and you would have to, of course, procure a business license and staff and stock it yourself. But yes, the tavern is still part of that property and would such be present for you to utilize if you so chose.
I'm just going to turn to Anna and go, maybe a chance to sell your meat again.
So what's the law for bees inside the city?
I don't believe there is one. It would probably, if it's for the sake of creating meat, I would assume that there would be regulations involved, but I do not know what they are off the top of my head. But if that is something you're interested in, that is absolutely something that could be looked into.
So sounds like the possibility of planting a flower garden with beehives on the roof might be a thing. Yeah, I have no objections to it. Syl, Kay, do you have any objections? It might be nice to have a little bit of a base to come back to.
You said you liquidated everything. Did that include the secret door shelf moving thing?
It is still present there, because it at that point it's
a fixture of the
it's
wall.
A fixture of the building. It is built directly into the building itself. So it is still there and still functions, though it has been documented that it exists.
Oh, that's okay. I just think it's cool to have secret doorways.
Kay's gonna prop up and go, so are we allowed to change the property in any way?
Oh, yes. If you wish to alter or upgrade the property, that is absolutely feasible. It's something, of course, you would have to pay for yourselves. That is not something we would cover. And as stated before, if you chose to part with the property before the 2 years is up, then you're not recouped for those costs. But if it looked like there was already the start of work being built for a mage tower of some sort being done, as well as if you were to want to do other things, whether it's adding a second floor onto the building or upgrading other aspects of the property, you are welcome to do so.
One last question.
Yes.
Where's the best place in town to get a mattress?
I am not entirely certain. You may have to shop around, but that there's several places in the market that would probably have such amenities.
Yeah, I'm cool. When do we move in?
The property itself will be prepared to be able to be moved into in 3 days. They are still going through and ensuring that there are no remnants of the previous dealings being left behind.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, sounds good. Do we come to you then? Are you going to ship the keys to us?
Yeah, come back to me in 3 days, and I will have the set up for the property,
All
as
right,
well as
then.
any paperwork that you would require to sign. And I can look into if reopening the tavern is a thing that you are interested in. I can look into the cost for a business license and such.
Well, I just think it would be good for one of our members, and
Anna's
maybe
definitely going to pipe up and say, "That sounds like a really great idea. I already have thoughts on someone who can help us run and manage the bar." Because let's be honest, she
Anna's
does.
bringing Cran. Just off down in Ithamir, just hair stand up on the back of Cran's neck, and just like, someone is talking about me.
Pardon me. Not a lot of sleep last night. There was a foul smell that I was dealing with. You said that was the first order of business? Was there any
Yes,
more order of business?
Yes. The second thing that I want to bring up is your request to meet with Gorimnal Ironcaller. He has declined, due to how much work he is currently having to go through. He felt that it was not necessarily a feasible use of his time, but he did want me to pass some information along to you regarding your suspicions of a lich being involved. He's not currently convinced that is the case, as there's been no evidence at this point to support that theory. However, he is not dismissing the possibility either. He said that he appreciates the information and that some members of the team working on the case will direct their attention to investigating that possibility. If you have or come across any additional information, bring it to me and I can absolutely pass it along to him. From what I've heard as well, it looks they've started to order in some golems to help supplement the guards and provide additional security, similar to what the dwarves do in Dognia. I've never been too keen on the golems myself. It does mean that my guards can have some much needed reprieve from their duties and actually rest.
They're not too bad, you know.
There's going to be golems in the city?
Yes, there's a few that wander about, but yes, there will definitely be more.
Taking note. Anyone disassembled, it definitely wasn't me.
Golems have at least come a long way.
Oh, they most certainly have, and we got a showcase of one of the golems being delivered that came from Korag, a smaller settlement north of Ironstoke. But they are quite impressive. They've, as you said, they've come a long way. It's just a little bit uncanny, just the functionality and the movement of them.
I suppose that's true.
Yes, those were the two main orders of business. I will get the paperwork drawn up for the property, and as I said, it'll be ready to have you move in about 3 days. If you're wishing to procure things for your property over the course of that time, you can absolutely have it delivered after, like, on or after those 3 days have passed. Please don't have it delivered right away. Please at least wait until those 3 days are done. I don't want to have to try and work around those boxes.
No, understood. I have one last question.
Yes.
We're possibly taking a trip north.
Okay.
Recommendations for warm clothing?
Absolutely.
Do you want to share those recommendations?
Oh, I thought you were asking if I recommended having warm clothing, which is absolutely...
No. Although I suppose I can see how my phrasing might have led that.
How far north?
Quite far. Yes.
Sorry, what did you say?
Frostshear Mountains.
Frostshear.
All the way.
If you're
there's more north than that. It's water, but there's more north.
If you're heading to the Frostshear Mountains, do be aware the temperature drops well below freezing. You're going to want to make sure that you are able to be heavily layered up. The other thing, too, if you're able to find anything that creates a radiant heat to essentially provide continual heat without requiring an additional fuel source, that is also something worth investigating or procuring if possible. If for nothing else, to keep those cold nights a little bit more tolerable.
I may need to borrow money for Leomin's tiny hut.
And kind of look...
Kay casually looking side to side.
As Kay is the, like, I guess Annah hasn't bought anything yet, but we don't know if Anna's going to buy anything.
Yeah.
Right now,
Well,
Kay is one of the money.
Yeah, and I was planning on looking into the costs of renovating our establishment.
But yes, well, I don't have any specific suggestions in regards to make sure you buy from this place or that place. Just make sure that you're heavily layered. It will definitely serve you well.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
No, if that's everything, I think we'll continue on, and we'll see you in 3 days.
Sounds good. And once again, thank you for your assistance in this matter. It's good to know that there are people who will still stick their necks out, even if it doesn't directly impact them.
Well, I'd like to say that we learned something along the way too, so... And we seem to have possibly gained a home! So that sounds marvelous.
And as said, I will likely call on you at some point for additional assistance in various matters, but I will do what I can to make sure they're not too overboard.
Yes, and if you hear anything else...
I will pass on what information I can.
Thank you. All right then, I guess we will leave you be. You seem to have lots of paperwork.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And she, like,
Let's go.
grabs another stack and... have yourselves a great day.
You as well. And I get up, grab my poncho from Kay.
And as you're heading out, Gladys is like, have a great day.
You too! And as we're outside, like, I wait till the door closes and I turn to Kay and I go, see, she didn't throw you in jail. She's actually a very wonderful person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure.
Kay's like, I don't believe that for a second.
Well, we have 3 more days to kill.
So Kay is going to go, I guess, off to the market to start looking for an arcanist.
Okay.
Arcanist?
Yep.
Arcanist.
I'm gonna go with, because I said I'd go with.
Yep. Is Annah and Sylvania also tagging along, or are you venturing off elsewhere?
Might as well go along with Kay.
Yeah. We want to see if he shrinks again.
Well, no, yeah, well, the whole point of going to an arcanist is because they specialize in reversing this shit.
We want to see if he shrinks again. Or loses another arm.
Well, if that's the case, I'll be just a little bit farther towards Sylvania's ultimate goal of making me a warforged.
Will happen. You will be the first Warforged.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate that idea.
Alrighty. I just gotta pull up the thing here. So you end up, like while you were out and about, you do manage to find a few different places that can take a look at you. And as you head into one of them, you see very, how to describe it? She's a half elf. Looks extremely visibly aged. Got a little bit of a hunch to her, and long white hair long gray hair that's kind of started to frizzle out a bit at the end, and she kind of.
Yes. Yeah, how can I help you?
I had the misfortune of a magic surge taking something from me, and I was wondering if you could potentially assist in helping me get that back.
She kind of looks at your arm, and it's like, I don't know if I
Wasn't
can
the arm.
limbs.
Okay, it's gonna be like, wasn't the arm. I lost 7 inches of height.
Oh, that's easy. That's a pittance.
Is it?
You could have lost a foot.
Valid.
You could have been turned into a potted plant. Those ones are rough.
How do you get back here if you're a potted? You know what? Not going to ask.
Those ones are more so for usually have someone else bring the potted plant, but you know it is what it is. So you wish to regain your height? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, please.
Okay. Come this way. And she kind of leads you into the back room, and there's a whole bunch of as you walk into the back room, there's a whole bunch of tools and stuff like that hanging on the wall. And first impression of the room, it looks like a chop shop. Just due to the various tools just loosely hanging on the walls.
Kay's gonna casually ask, so what are all these for?
Not everything can be fixed with magic.
Good to know.
Cage is gonna take your other arm!
But
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, I could. But
Height, please. Thank you.
And so it's
okay, lay down on this table.
Kay's going to anxiously, as fuck. Get up on the table and lie down.
And once you've kind of laid down, it's like, okay, straps one foot in place and walks over and straps the other foot in place. It's like, okay.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Maybe. And hops off the table. It's like, starts winding a crank, which basically starts tipping the table back. So your feet are up in the air and your body is like hanging along this table.
Okay.
It's like,
Are the rest of us watching this?
Oh, 100%. Unless you've opted to not go into the room, you can absolutely be watching.
Fuck no.
Theo, the moment Theo is like, nah, I'm out. I expect Anna to be like, I'm worried about Kay. I'm going to stay here for moral support.
Oh, no, I meant fuck no as in fuck no, I have no reason to not watch this.
Okay.
I'm totally fucking watching this.
Because Kay in pain brings me great joy.
Kind of dumb.
This just in.
Tell me down, please.
Theo is a sadist. At least one directed towards Kay. And she kind of like walks over and she picks up a fairly heavy weight and kind of like drags it on the floor and like gets it up on a stool and slides the stool over to you. It's like, hold on to this. And hold
is
on,
this
Kay.
holistic? Is this like alternative medicine or?
No.
Okay.
Are you grabbing onto the weight? Once you've got it good grip? Okay, good. Pulls the stool out, and you feel your body just like stretch a little bit as you're now supporting this weight. And she goes.
There is a medieval torture machine that does exactly what is currently being described, and it's bothering the crap out of me.
Don't worry, you're not on a rack. The winch only tilts the table. It does not cause the chains on either end to pull tight. But I know exactly what you're talking about. But she goes and she grabs a tome and pulls that out, and she's like, "So you said you lost height?" Like flipping through, it's like, I could shorten you up a little more if you wanted.
How many inches did you lose?
7.
Yeah, he lost exactly 7 inches.
And you want all of them back?
Ideally.
Okay.
If you add a couple more, I'm not going to complain.
Can't add beyond what you had, but I can add back less.
He's upset that he's no longer the tallest member of our little group.
Well, I wasn't always the tallest to begin with. Let's be clear. I just want to be taller than
the point you got when you got shrunk.
I was the tallest when I got shrunk. This is very true.
But she flips through the pages, finds one that, okay, here we go, and grabs another stool, kind of drags it over. It's like, now don't drop the weight. And she goes and she starts reading out from this page, and you can watch this glow kind of start to form around her hand. And she puts it on the center of your rib cage, basically right below the sternum. Or she puts it right below the sternum. And initially you feel like that little bit of warmth. And then very akin to when you were being teleported from Ithariel's place, or from the Shadowlands back into the material plane, you feel this electrical surge go pulsating through your body, and I'd like you to roll me a con save.
Before I do that, just want to clarify: is this the feeling from the teleportation, or the feeling that was purging my body of all the evil that had collected from the Shadowlands? Those are two okay. Because the purging was a very uncomfortable.
Especially on account of you nat 1 to that.
I did nat 1 that, so like I'm afraid that's not the okay. So we're doing a con save.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
19.
That's
You did not nat one your con save.
it was not as bad as being purged of all the evil.
You're like, I've done this before, and the last time it was worse. But yeah, you can feel the electrical surge just kind of pulsating through your body, and like your body wants to like tense up and pull in, but the weight, like as this pulsates through, feels like it's getting heavier, preventing you from like clutching into yourself.
Yep.
And Theo, Sylvania, and Annah can roll me a perception check.
Oh. I need.
What about Anna?
So all of you hear it. It was not a high DC. You can hear like, you know, when someone like pops a joint, there's like that like audible. You're basically hearing that as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Oh, that's just
7.
oh, that's great.
And Kay, you can feel these like each one just kind of like
Oh yeah,
rippling through
I'm
your
just
body as it hits.
I'm imagining a massage right now as like the massage therapist hits one of those very aggressive knots.
Yeah,
it's just
and it just
force
rolls over it.
Or it's like it's not moving yet. It hasn't given. Pop, and you're just like, oh my god! And it just and there's one right behind it, and I'm just expecting that tense, sheer pain followed by release pain, release.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is, I mean, not as bad as nearly dying from Purge of Darkness.
Which you survived with what, 1 health?
Exactly 1 health.
Which was not even intentional. I was just rolled the dice and that was where it landed.
Yep. So I survived.
Barely. Yeah, as these shockwaves ripple through your body, after a while she pulls her hand off your chest, and for Annah, Theo, and Sylvania, you can absolutely see his body just gradually get that little bit longer. With each of these pops as it occurs, it's like pop as the body gets that little bit longer. Pop, 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 and after a while, she pulls her hands away and kind of shakes it off. And you watch the glow just kind of dissipate off of her hand, and she's like, I think I got them all. Come to think of it, I should have measured you before we started. Yeah, whatever.
It depends. Okay, do you feel like you're taller?
Hops down.
Not from this. Not from this angle.
It sounded unpleasant.
Until eventually you're horizontal again. She goes and unstraps your legs.
I stand up. I'm like, I look down at Theo, with like a smirk on my face. This seems about right.
Sure.
Like looks at Annah to make sure. Yup, this is right.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess.
Being the correct height,
I guess.
does wonders.
And
what do I owe you?
And goes and she grabs like an abacus, just flipping things back and forth. And
Especially considering I didn't ask the cost before I asked for the service.
yep, it's like payment will be rendered one way or another, whether it's payment or arms. But she's like, that would be 130 gold.
Okay. Done.
Marvelous. Is there anything else that you need?
Not currently. Is there anything you need of us?
I think we're good. We're gonna go find some.
Kay being like, Kay actively waiting for the response as Theo walks out. As a note, I do deliveries within the city, so if you need anything delivered or transported, let me know.
I'll keep that in mind.
The Kay's going to bounce out.
Yeah. And as we head out from there, that is where we're going to call it tonight, just because we are about to lose Theo, and which puts us down to 2 players. And the next little bit, I'm gonna be sending you guys some stuff on Discord in regards to picking different things and all that. That if you're wanting to order for your new house
Establishment.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll be sending out a bunch of information in regards to that, of course, the next couple of days on Discord, and you can all let me know. Alrighty, but that is it for us tonight. We're a bit of a shorter episode today, just because we are short and Annah, and then we're about to lose Theo. But
Sorry.
It's all good. You got to go pick up the husbando. It's cold outside.
Valentine's Day, for crying out loud.
It's Valentine's Day. That's cold.
Happy Cheap Chocolate Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have yourselves a great night, all, and we'll be back with Mel's campaign next week, theoretically, assuming that work doesn't go kerfluffling like it did today. Otherwise, this campaign will be back in 2 weeks, and we will get to see what the fuck the party gets up to.
Yeah.
Bye.